In the world of guns, tactical gets thrown around a lot, and sometimes things claiming to be tactical can be a little overhyped, or downright useless. The same goes for the knife world. What makes a tactical knife tactical? Put simply, the most common features of tactical knives are aggressive grip material, speedy one-handed opening, and purpose-built blades. When looking for a tactical knife, you want to consider a few things. First, what will you primarily use the knife for? Second, what tactical conditions will the knife need to perform under? And finally, how does it fit in your hand? A quality tactical knife can be the difference between escaping a car crash, defending yourself, helping others in distress, or not. Obviously, you don't want to bring a knife to a gunfight, but as a last line of defense, it could make the difference when it counts. While I noted that tactical knife is not an accurate term, we know that you likely searched it to find a hard-use, versatile knife. You may want it for military service or to take into the woods. We think the following roundup will serve many people well.
The FE series are fixed-blade, close-quarter combat knives designed for professional use. Utilizing concepts by Arsenio James Advincula, the knives were executed and designed by Alabama custom knife maker Jim Hammond. The massive quarter-inch thick blade features a recurved lower edge which cuts through and maintains edge contact better than a straight edge. The blade includes a partially sharpened top edge and, at the rear of the top grind, a Navarro hook designed to catch and snag for engaging contact with the back cut. The drop point hollow grind blade has a fine black powder coat to minimize the reflective surface in tactical situations. Time-tested O1 tool steel is hardened between 56 and 58 Rockwell to deliver exceptional field performance in a variety of combat environments. Based primarily on Largo Mano Eskrima and Ishinru Karate, the distinctive FE handle facilitates maximum fighting efficiency in 4 grip positions. First position grip wraps the index finger around the lower guard face in the blade finger choil with the hand moved forward for a compact fighting grip. Second position is the close quarter infighting grip, with the webbing of the hand choked up against the reverse curved upper guard, allowing the knife to be retained closer to the body for short striking distances while also aiding in knife retention. The primary third position grip assists in fighting an opponent who maintains distance, while the second position provides a shorter grip when the opponent moves in. These 2 grip positions are interchangeable. Fourth position grip moves the hand to the rear of the handle with the index finger in the rear finger groove for chopping efficiency and reach. The knife comes with a full-featured sheath with versatile male locks. CRKT knives and tools are fully backed by our limited lifetime warranty. The FE Tactical Knife Series is the optimal selection for close-quarter combat solutions.
Today at CRKT, we're taking a look at the Homefront tactical version with the Tanto blade and triple point serrations. This is the first mission-ready knife to feature designer Ken Onion's award-winning field strip technology. Let me show you how this field strip technology works. First, start with the knife in the closed position. So disengage the locking liner here and fold it closed. Push the front release lever up away from the blade. Then rotate the rear release wheel clockwise. You'll hear a distinctive click, and you can feel when the handles disengage from each other. At this point, the knife comes apart in 3 easy pieces. To put the knife back together, just reverse the process. Place the blade into the handle in a closed position, put the components back together, and make sure the pivot section is properly seated. Once the pivot section is properly seated, press the pivot section together, then tighten up the rear release wheel. Once you're set, bring the lever back down and your knife is back in full working order. Now do not force this lever. If you're unable to move the lever up and down, the pivot is not properly seated. Spin the rear release wheel to disengage the handles and start again. The pivot must be properly seated for the knife to successfully come back together. Field strip technology is great if your knife is gunked up with lint, dirt, grime, or sand. It works for hunters, soldiers in the field, really anyone who needs to maintain their knife in adverse conditions. Open, this knife is a little over 8 inches. The blade is 3.5 inches long, and it comes in this modified Tanto blade style with a black corrosion-resistant coating that is non-reflective. The blade is made of 1.4116 stainless steel and has a combination edge with triple point serrations. The handles are made of tough glass-reinforced nylon and can be beat up and used without any guilt on your part. The knife fits comfortably in the pocket with a low-profile pocket clip, and it can be easily attached to any gear.
Today at CRKT, we're taking a look at the M21 14 SFG. This is a Kit Carson design designed for tactical use. The overall length on it is 9¼ inches. The blade length is 3.9 inches. You can see those VEFF serrations on there. They're easier to sharpen, and they kind of have a guillotine cutting effect on rope and cardboard. They cut just excellent. Deep belly spear point blade on it. The handles are G10, so they're nice and grippy. You can see that hand shot. This is a big knife, folks. Keep that in mind. The pocket clip on it is 4-way reversible, so you can carry it however you would like. Here's a shot of it in my pocket to give you an idea of what it looks like. Now to close it, it has our auto lock system on it. Basically this red button, it's spring loaded. So you take your index finger, push down on it like so, and then move that locking liner over to close the knife. You can do it one-handed once you get the hang of it. Basically that's a set pin that sits there against the blade, so that, or against the locking liner, so that that liner won't fold until you tell it to. The knife won't fold until you tell it to. So you pull down on the auto locks, push over on the locking liner, and close the knife. We are taking a look at the Hisatsu Folder. This is a James Williams design, spring assisted, designed for tactical applications. The overall length on it is 8¾ inches. The blade length is 3.8 inches. You can see it's got that kind of a modified Tanto tip on it, as well as that black matte finish. Now to close this knife, it's got our auto locks on it, so you simply pull down on that button there on the back, push over on the locking liner, and then close the knife. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you got it down, it's a great mechanism simply because it's setting a pin against that locking liner, so it will not close until you tell it to by pulling down on that auto lock system and closing it. The handles are glass-filled nylon. You can see there's a pocket clip there for right or left-handed carry. It is reversible. Let me show you a shot of it in my pocket to give you an idea of what it looks like. One thing I really like about this knife is it is very comfortable in hand. You can see it there. I've got normal sized hands. You can see this is a big knife compared to my keys there. Just a big tactical knife, the sort of knife that's going to get a lot of work done out in the field. So very cool. Again, a James Williams design, spring assisted opening with our auto locks, only from CRKT. We are taking a look at the M16 10KSF. This is a Kit Carson design, everyday carry folding knife. The overall length on this knife is 7 inches. The blade length is 2.94 inches, so right under that 3 inches mark. You got a Tanto tip on there, so it's going to be good for piercing, as well as your partial serrations there on the black EDP finished blade. You can see this is a chisel ground knife, so it's only sharpened on that one side. It's not sharpened on this side. So when you're resharpening, keep that in mind. The handle is made from steel. It is a 2CR13 steel. And you can see it is a frame lock knife. So to close the knife, just get your thumb in there, push over, and close the knife. You can do that one-handed as well. Just get your thumb in there and close it. To open this knife, it does have a flipper right here, so just pull down on that flipper, comes right open very nicely. And you'll notice it's dual hilt, so that when you're holding it, it's going to make sure your fingers don't slip off and hit the blade when you're using it. Check out the pocket clip right there. It is tip down carry only, and it is 2 positions, so you can carry it right or left-handed carry. Here's a shot of it in my pocket to give you an idea of how it rides. I always like to show people a shot of it in my hand to give you an idea of how big it is. So I've got about average size hands, and there you go. You get an idea of the sizing. I want to show you one last thing here. It is a size comparison next to a ruler right there. And the weight on this knife I think is important as well. It's 2.7 ounces. So fairly lightweight, great performer. It's called the M16 10KSF. It's a Kit Carson design, and it is an excellent everyday carry knife.